Hey everyone, New England Gardening here. This is a new acquisition. I found this interesting. This is called a Roxbury Russet. And I think I bought this from Heritage Fruit Farms and Fruit Trees. Heritage Fruit Trees, something like that. But today's really hot. And I've been watering it every day. It's pretty dry, powdery soil here. And I noticed this was wilting a little bit. I'm like, wow, I guess it had a pretty small root ball. So I got some mulch, and I'm putting some pine bark mulch here. And lo and behold, I'm looking and I'm like, son of a, look at this. It's all chewed up here. That's like almost 50%. And yeah, you would think there's plenty of stuff to eat around here. And I'm thinking that's a rabbit. And yeah, they're on my hit list now. I don't care how cute they are. Pay good money for a tree like that. And that's ridiculous. A little upset. But I did water it, and it seems to jump back a little bit. I know there's a controversy about that sealer, that tar sealer. So I might have some in the cellar, and I might apply that. But I'm getting ready to cut some fencing, put it around there. I sort of meant to do that. I've done that with some sunflower plants that I knew wouldn't have a chance if I didn't have a fence around them. But can't believe that. Yeah, so I gotta clear all that out. I know there's some pretty good sized hawks around here. So I've been working on getting this mint out of here. Been cleaning this area up here. Now, I haven't seen it today, but I'm sure it's around here somewhere. A rabbit. There's just an explosion of rabbits. But yeah. Yeah, so I bought this. This was introduced, I think it's like one of the oldest fruit trees introduced into, of course, here, Massachusetts, Roxbury, Massachusetts, I think around 1649. So, you know, it's kind of a rare, well, any fruit tree is hard to come by right now. A lot of fruit trees have been sold out. And I forgot to mention, one of the reasons I was interested in this tree is that it has very high sugar content. The apples have very high sugar content and are good for making apple cider, which I thought I might try someday. But yeah, that was a surprise, unpleasant surprise. But I've got also over here, I thought I'd give this some sort of novelty plant a try before the chainsaw started up. It's a columnar tree, and my understanding is that's sort of like the fruit spur off of a fruit tree, and they make it sort of like the main trunk, but it also makes it more tender to cold, you know, more susceptible to cold damage. But that's how it grows, pretty much, you know, with these little shoots off the side here. It doesn't get much wider. So I've had it in there for a while. I need to get that maybe into one of these. I was thinking of these artificial wine barrels, plastic wine barrels, since I have them. I was also thinking of using one as a little water feature. But I did drill. I used to have those Red Haven peach trees in here, which grew really good in these barrels. Survived our winters without any problem. Yeah, and I got an apricot here. Let me finish this annoying chainsaw. This is a Moore Park apricot. I thought I'd give an apricot a try. Actually, don't think I've had dried apricots, but I don't think I've ever eaten a fresh apricot before. And it came with these apples already on it. And with my luck, yesterday I went to pick up something over here and my belt loop caught on an apple right here and knocked it off. I just can't win. But I don't know if I want to do a quick review here of the garden. The lettuce this week is really starting to take off, but it's getting really hot. But then it's going to cool off again. It's in the 80s, and then it's going to go back down to the 70s with the lows in the 50s. The giant snow peas are starting to flower and form pods, which is good. I don't know if planting them in the greenhouse was a good idea because it gets kind of warm in here now. But here's some things I've been up to. I've got the Korean Avodia in here, trying to transition it. Doesn't look like it's got too much burn on it. Again, I think it's really confused. It seems like the flowers have just... I have to look at the other video. They seem like they're stuck. So maybe that'll benefit. Just go ahead and put that on the south-facing side of the greenhouse here. But look at all these plants I still have yet to get out of the cells here, the starter cells. Just finish this up here. I don't know if that's I'm thinking it might be a cantaloupe, but I put some cucumber seeds on the right side of that. I had the let's see, I planted some of these zucchinis over here. Is one forming right there, and I've got a bunch of them in pots. I've got some tomato plants in pots, some peppers, and yeah, I have these cantaloupes, and I don't know if any of my, I was hoping my soybeans, I don't know if my soybeans came up. I have these old 2014 soybeans that I was hoping still would germinate, but I'm not certain if any of those came up. And I still have these eggplants that I have to uppot. They're starting to really take off this week. There's the tomato plant in a bucket with some marigolds, and got another one here that I planted with some marigolds. Man, I can't stop thinking about that fruit tree. Well, anyways, this is New England gardening. It's getting really loud in the suburbs here. Looks like somebody's starting up another leaf blower. Should mention also, these are here's an update on the DeMayo blueberry farm. Blueberries, I think it's DeMayo Blueberry Farm is the full name. And I know some people have said they've had problems with blueberries from that source, but mine they've all survived. And I don't know exactly, but I'm pretty sure that these were in some type of cold storage because they were just completely dormant and bare root, but they've all leafed out. Not even any dieback, just for occasional. I think this one here had this broken piece off of the stem, but yeah, they've all survived. And I've got the 3 varieties here from Johnny Seeds, which there was a third party that supplied those to Johnny Seeds. But this is where I'm thinking of putting them here. I have these, I think these raspberries are Ann. They're really good, the red raspberries. But this is all filled with this mint too, which I have to get out of here. So I put all this effort into putting all this crushed rock, which originally was going to go in the greenhouse, on the side here. But I think I might move this too, and I just have this is the sun, this area right here. First thing in the morning until the end of the day. So I got some plans for this side here. But there's a new thornless, and also a new variety here. This one is called the Prime Arc Freedom Blackberry. And the thing about this is it puts out fruit on this year's canes. So not only does it put out fruit on last year's canes, but it puts out fruit on the new canes too. And I think this one here is, there's another one called something 45. I can't recall now. But this one here is Prime Arc Freedom, really large blackberry. Okay, real quick, I put the fencing around and I did opt for the sealer, even though it says flammable on the side of it, which, you know, it's a petroleum product, makes you wonder. It's a good idea to put that on a fruit tree. But yeah, I didn't notice I noticed afterwards while I'm applying it, there was some gnawing up at the top there, so there was a good amount. That's going to take, that won't be healed until like a couple of years, if it survives this winter. But yeah, I put the fencing around there and I sealed it. As soon as I turned the camera off, as soon as I turned the camera on, here we go again. So, all right. And real quick, I did plant some more seeds. I planted a number of varieties of watermelon: Diamond Black, Sugar Baby, Crimson Sweet, Jubilee. And I also planted, trying to see if I can find one of these soybeans that will still germinate. And I planted some wax beans, which I really like, wax bean salad. So, this is New England Gardening. Thanks for watching.